Hi there, welcome again to the Elim Christian Centre Motherwell and to our regular evening broadcast brought to you live as always from this area here in Scotland in Motherwell. Thanks for joining us again for our bite-sized Bible bulletin. We're so pleased that you're joining with us as always. We're having church online right now every night and people are joining in the conversation, connecting with one another, conversing, just having a great time as we chat and as we talk to one another as church online tonight on day 111, the 6th of July, 2020. This would have been the start of our annual Scottish Youth and Children's Holiday. That's where we would have been. We would have been in Moffat. There would have been about 50 or 60 of us down there having a great time as we prepared for this week ahead of us with lots of fun, lots of laughter, encountering God. So sadly, obviously, we can't have Youth and Children's Holiday this year, but next year we're gearing up for that again in Moffat. In the meantime, for our kids and young people, pray for them. Pray that God will keep his hand upon them during this time of easing of restriction and lockdown, but obviously many people can't have their holidays this year. Many of us can't get away, and some of the kids that we took to Moffat, perhaps that was the only opportunity that they had to get away as well. So please remember our young people and our children, and hopefully next year we'll have a great, fantastic kids camp and a fantastic also youth and children's holiday in Moffat next year. Well, tonight we have some guests with us. We've been around various locations near Motherwell and beyond. And so tonight we are bringing someone on as a guest to chat with them and to talk with them. And they live in Blantyre. And so tonight it's great to have with us our special guests, Lynn and AJ. Say hello, Lynn and AJ.
Hi.
Hi, it really is great to see you both. I think we have a slight delay on the sound, but don't worry about that. AJ, you're looking really well. Are you coping all right with this?
Yeah.
Good. And what I said to your mum earlier on, what time do you go to bed at night?
9:30.
9:30, and then you sleep right through till about 8 o'clock, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good then. And Lynn, you're looking well. So let's find out how you're keeping and how you're coping. How the last 4 months been with you and AJ, who's quite a live wire at the best of times. How have you been coping, Lynn?
It's a new norm and it's a new turn for everything, for everyone. So as for me, I'm a student, third year in university, and then everything had to stop. Doing online studies at home, and at the same time I have to homeschooling. It was quite tough. And then I had to find means of coping. It was difficult for me because I had coursework and assessments to do. And then coping with AJ, it was really difficult. And then unfortunately I had the COVID symptoms myself for about 2 weeks.
Right.
It was really, really tough, but thankfully, thank God I got through it, and then I had to pick up from where I had left. But everything is just a turn and challenging. But after the 4 months now, looking back, as much as it was difficult, we've actually started getting used to it.
Right.
Going to shops, wearing masks, hand sanitizers, washing your hands, just making sure that we are safe and making safe for other people as well, which are around us. So it was been challenging, but we thank God that we've come through it, and we're still getting used to it.
Yes.
But it's a new norm to everyone.
It is. It certainly is a new norm. And obviously you're going into your final year of construction management, aren't you? Which is going to be online till January. Is that right? There's going to be no physical teaching or tutoring?
Nothing like that. I think we're meant to start in September, but they've pushed it until the early of October.
Right.
So we're just going to have online lectures, everything online lectures, and I think assessment has to be online. So we don't have exams at all. So the exams will be changed to assigned assessment and then hand it over until January, see how things go, and then we have to go back. Because the number of students, sometimes we are about 200 and something students to be in a lecture hall.
Right.
So 3 days as a full-time student, you have to go 3 days. I don't think they can accommodate all the students who are full-time to go on those 3 days, even if they split it into half, that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult. So obviously you've been doing some coursework. I imagine, AJ, therefore, you've had your head down and you've been doing loads and loads of homework. Is that right, AJ?
Sometimes, but I do.
Sometimes. I was going to say, you've got to tell the truth because there's loads of people watching. You've not done all your homework, have you? You've done bits of it when you felt like doing it. Is that right?
Yeah, I've done some of the homework, but the last time I've done my maths and I've done my literacy, but I don't know what's the, and I saw the literacy. I don't know what's the other maths book because I just don't know.
Right. Well, it's good that you've been doing your maths and it's good that you've been doing your literacy. That's very good. So have you been helping your mum with her studies?
Sometimes she drives to see she's boss and posts some work, and then we come back home and she does it. I think.
Very good. That's good. So what have you been doing to keep yourself occupied, AJ? You've been doing a little bit of homework. Have you been playing on the PlayStation or been out a bit? What have you been doing to try and keep yourself busy?
I'm just play on the Nintendo Switch, watching TV, and my mum's watching TV, and that's it.
Good. And what's your favourite TV program been?
Sugar and Zeg.
And is that a good program?
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And have you been good for your mum? Everyone wants to know, have you been good for your mum during this lockdown?
I love it.
You what? You don't know?
A little bit.
A little bit. Well, I hope you've been good all the time. So, guys, what are you both looking forward to in this new norm? You know, obviously, we've got to have sanitizer, physical distancing, obviously, all these things. What do you think you're going to be looking forward to as easing of lockdown eases, as restrictions ease? What are you going to be looking forward to, do you think, Lynn?
Pretty much church, going back to church. There are certain things that we take for granted, to be honest. And this is the only time that I've realized that when we come together and sing and worship together, these are the great things that we have to appreciate. Looking forward to meet everybody and just to share the experiences, what we've gone through and what we've learned out of it. I think a lot of people have learned so much with this COVID-19. Especially for myself, I've learned so much that when we're going through certain things, as we took it as a normal before the COVID-19, we wouldn't take everything as precious to ourselves. We take it as if we are meant to have this, not knowing that it's just by the grace of God. But with this COVID-19, I've realized to say that, oh my God, even that time that we go to church and be able to worship God and be together to pray and speak to one another, encourage one another, because in this COVID-19, I think a lot of people have gone through a lot. And it's only a chance that a few people have been encouraged in this season. So for me, I'm looking forward to go back to church, having a good time, even to just have kids to play together, because it's been difficult for the kids as well.
Yeah, yes.
Them indoors and they can't even talking to their friends on the phone, it helps. But I think the physical interaction to see them playing together really, really helps. So that's pretty much that I'm looking for. But as we know, we have to still be aware of the precautions of social distancing and all the hand sanitizing and everything. You know, with the kids, you can't really keep them to that perspective because they are kids. But I think looking forward to be together again as a family to worship, meet each other and talk and encourage one another. I think that's really brilliant for me.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And I know it'll all be different when we do go back. We just have to take it one step at a time and just see what happens. But again, getting back to seeing people face to face, even if it is a physical distance involved, at least that'll be a step in the right direction. And I hope, AJ, you stay good over these next few weeks. Hopefully you'll be back at school. The 11th of August, I think, is what they're scheduling for at the moment. And I hope you. What year will you go into? P. What year will you be? P. What?
Primary 3.
You'll be going to P3, will you?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And hopefully then next year we'll hopefully have kids camp, and then you'll also be able to get away to go to kids camp, which will be fantastic as well. So, guys, it's been great chatting to you. You're really looking well. Are you feeling well after your COVID-19 symptoms, Lynn?
To be fair, I am, but it takes a while to come out of your system. I really, I would say it took me a month. After the 2 weeks, I really struggled, and then after that, it actually became mild. But I could still feel after the 2 weeks that no, I don't think I'm fully recovered. Until the third week, that's when I started thinking, oh, I think I'm pretty much better. I'm going to my normal self. But now I can say yes, even though sometimes I get few things that I'm scared because I don't want to go back there. But then, to be honest, I am, and I thank God for that.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Well, we're going to say goodbye. I'm going to pray, and then we'll come back and chat with you. But you'll see later on all the comments, a lot of highs. Great to see you both, and looking forward to catching up with you at some stage. So we're going to say goodbye. So if you want to say goodbye to everybody, say goodbye to everybody, AJ.
Bye.
Bye. And I'll catch up with you in a minute. All right, let's just pray together. See you later, guys. Let's just pray together, shall we? Dear Lord, we thank you once again that as church we can meet together. We can have conversations and chat and talk and pray and just be in that situation where we long to see each other physically again. I just pray your blessing will continue to be upon Lynn and AJ where they are, and every single one of the congregation that meets online right now. We just pray you'll bless them and be with them where they are. So, Father, we just thank you for being with us this night. In Jesus' name, amen. So, as always, we thank you for joining with us tonight for our bite-sized Bible Bulletin, brought to you from the Elim Christian Centre in Motherwell. We do thank you for joining with us. Don't forget, you can catch up with us, or go on to catch up later on Facebook, watch the recorded version, or onto a YouTube channel. So this week coming up, we've got a communion tomorrow night, so get your emblems ready. We've got a quiz night coming up. We've got guests coming up. So again, this week, we've got quite a busy week on our bite-sized Bible Bulletin. So it's great to have you with us tonight. Thanks for joining us, and have a great evening. God bless you.